right, welcome back to Top 5 Vinyl, where we show love to vinyl owners. Today I'm here with Dave. How's it going, sir?
What's up, Harold? How are you?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for being a part of this with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I really consider this an honor.
Absolutely. I saw your Instagram and I was like, I like the style, I like the layout, I like the format. This is someone I got to reach out to. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Before we officially get started, I want everybody to like the channel, subscribe, tell your cool friends, all that stuff you guys got to do in YouTube land out there. Dave, let's hit the rewind button. Growing up, was there a record player in the house?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My mom and dad they parted ways at a very early age, so I kept myself busy
Mm,
with my music and my movies. And so at a very early age, I was a very big music fan.
mm. Was the record player on or off limits to you?
On Limits, it was
Mm.
mine.
Oh, it wasn't mom or dad's.
Well, no, no. I might have taken it from my
All
mom. She
right.
never played music anyway, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Got it. It was just a fixture in the house for her. She just didn't really care.
Right.
Okay. Got
Right.
it. Got it. Okay. All right. Do you remember with your own money the first vinyl record that you ever bought?
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Okay.
Stakes Paradise Theater.
Is that the actual record that you
It
bought?
is the no, 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 no.
Mm.
This is not the one that I bought.
Okay.
This is one I found on at one of my record stores, but unfortunately, I got rid of the original copy that I
Mm.
had a long,
Mm.
long time ago.
Mm.
Um, and I hate that, but I
Yeah.
found I found the exact version, so that
Right.
makes me happy.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Do you have a favorite record store to buy vinyl
I
records from?
I have two of them actually.
Okay.
Um, I go to Fresh Produce Records in Macon,
Mm.
Georgia.
Okay.
Those guys are the bomb, and they're right next to a great hamburger joint too. And I like to eat, so um,
Win-win.
right.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that I get my record store day stuff from, and yeah, I love them. And then my daughter goes to college in Valdosta State University in Valdosta, Georgia,
Mm.
and there's a place down there called Hole in the Wall Records
Mm.
that is just amazing. Is both Fresh Produce Records and Hole in the Wall are just top chain awesome.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm. That's cool.
those are the two I like to buy from. But of course, I'm like everybody. I get them from Amazon. I get them
Right.
from the Walmart. I
Right.
get them from Discogs. Various users on Discogs. I have a
Yeah.
problem.
It's not really a problem. Let me ask you this. So in any trip to any record store, what's the most amount of vinyl records that you walked out with at one time?
Well, Hole in the Wall Records. I walked out with about five at one time.
Mm.
When I went down there earlier this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Okay. Sounds like it. Okay. Okay. Um, Vinyl records through your lifetime, how many turntables do you think you've been through? Record players, turntables.
One, two, maybe five, and I'm
Mm,
on I'm on my fifth one right now. Started my fourth one when I got back into vinyl about 2.5 3 years ago.
hmm.
Um, but the one that I'm using right now is by far the best.
I was going to ask you that. What was your favorite one? What was that? Is it your favorite one or is it the best one?
It's the best one. I I I'd like to say I have a favorite. It has to be my favorite one too.
Okay.
But it's a holdover until I can get the one that I want.
Mm, gotcha. Okay. Okay.
There's a Sony player out there that I have my
With your
eye on.
name
I'm,
on
a,
it.
I'm yes, sir. I'm a huge, huge, huge Sony fan,
Same,
and
same as me.
so
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, Picking your top five vinyl records for today's session, how hard was this?
it was probably one of the when we talked on Friday about doing this. I started putting together my list in my head of what I was going to say were my top five vinyl, and it was a fluid list all the way up
Mm,
until we started this session.
mm,
Um, I don't. I have probably about 200 records right now,
mm,
which is
mm.
not a. It's a small
A good
collection,
chunk.
you know, but it's growing. And like I
Right.
said, I have a problem, so I'm going to be getting more. Don't tell my
Right.
wife.
Right.
But anyway, uh, the ones that I've got are all special to me or sentimental to me in one shape, or one shape, way, shape, or form or another.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Right.
trying
All
to say.
right. Okay. All right. Cool. And um, have you seen any of your top five perform live before?
Yes,
How many of the five?
two
Okay. Okay.
from today's session.
Gotcha.
And like I said,
Right.
I knew this question was coming, and I tried to do some that I had seen live, but one of my other bands, Huey Lewis and the News, got kicked out of
Mm.
the current top five, so that
Okay.
I could put something else in there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. And with that being said, Dave, this is top five vinyl. Can you show the number five? What is the fifth album you have in front of you right now?
Fifth album I have in front of me right now is the Severance soundtrack. It is the any version of the soundtrack, and it is simply an amazing piece of vinyl.
Hmm.
Um, Severance is a show on Apple TV Plus,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and it's one of the most original shows that I've seen in a long, long, long time. As a
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, I try to model some of my TikToks after the Severance. There in episode 7 of season 1, there's a thing in there called the Music Dance Experience,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's what this. As a matter of fact, that's what this record here is all about.
Hmm.
Defiant Jazz,
Wow.
and it's a mixture of jazz and jazz piano, and it's just fantastic.
Hmm.
It's just
Hmm.
fantastic, and
Is
this is
there?
also a highly collectible album. So
Yeah, I bet. We'll talk about this after this is done recording.
yes,
Um,
sir.
is there any artwork on that vinyl?
Actually, the artwork is you can barely see it. There's a Lumen, which is a company that the people in Severance work for.
Yep.
There's a Lumen symbol on here, but most of the artwork is on the inside,
Mm. Mm.
telling you how to enjoy your record safely.
Hmm.
There's a map for all you innies out there that know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's also cards in here from all the main characters and stuff. It's just it's a interesting piece it's an interesting collectible.
Mm.
Um, and it was numbered to 5,000, and they've all sold out, and um now they're highly
Wow.
collectible.
That's
Mhm.
pretty awesome. That's a
Yes,
good
sir.
find right there. Okay, okay. So that's your number five. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number four.
Cool beans. Bruce Springsteen, only
Mm.
the strong survive.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really been a big Bruce Springsteen fan in my life, but uh, Jimmy Fallon had him on for a whole week a couple of years ago
Mm.
when this album was coming out in 2022, I believe. Anyway, he played some of these songs on here, and it's old Motown songs, and re-recorded with his raspy voice or whatever. But I just love the soul in this record. I love the background harmonies. I love the horns.
Mm.
Everything about this album is just fantastic.
Mm.
Great
Mm.
disc.
Mm.
Great disc.
Okay, okay. That's your number four. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number three.
Cool Beans, Tears for Fears,
Hmm.
songs. So yeah, I can never remember what this is called. Oh, Songs for a Nervous Planet, but it has it's from their most recent tour. They just got back together a couple years ago, and they went on a tour. But anyway, this has got my favorite song of all time on here. Everybody Wants to Rule the World,
Mm.
and it's got other finds on here like Secret World and Sowing Seeds of Love and uh, um, Head Over Heels, Shout, all their hits
Mm.
from the early '80s, the songs that I grew up with.
Mm.
I just love this album. I love
Mhm.
this album.
Now, would it be an educated guess to say you've seen them perform live?
No, sir.
Ooh.
Right. Oh, wait. It's an educated guess, yes, but it is not. It is not one of the. It is not one of the bands that I've ever seen live. It is on my bucket list to see
Okay.
them live.
Now
So
we've seen
I'm hoping.
five, four, and three. Have you seen either one of those live?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get down to the good stuff then. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay, okay. So we've seen your five, four, and three. Let's take a look at your number two.
Number two, Toby Mac. This is not a
Hmm.
test.
Okay.
So, I love Christian music
Hmm.
and I love Toby Mac. I've been a big fan of his ever since DC Talk back in the 90s.
Hmm.
And when he went solo, it was a bummer that DC Talk broke up, but some of his best music have has come in the past 10, 15 years. And starting with Lose My Soul with Mandisa and Kirk Franklin.
Hmm.
I love that song. So that's what made me a DC Talk, and then Lose My Soul from Portable Sounds started off as a it started off my fandom, and I've seen him four times now live,
Hmm.
and the show just gets better every time that I've seen him.
Hmm.
It's a mixture of rock, soul, funk, um it just, you name it, it's in there, and it's fantastic.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
fantastic. And this one, there's only 500 copies of this guy made right here.
Hmm.
And that makes this one of my favorite albums.
Yeah. Wow. 500.
One that I'll never get rid of that one.
Better not. Okay. All right, Dave, for the grand finale. What do we have for number one?
Okay, okay. I'm gonna cheat on this.
Okay.
Okay. Um, my favorite band is Van Halen.
Hmm. Okay.
And if you follow me on TikTok, you've seen the 5150 album as my avatar
Hmm.
on the channel.
Hmm.
And Eddie Van Halen, he's always been one of my. You're not supposed to have really pop culture heroes or whatever, but if there was such a thing as pop culture hero, Eddie probably would be it for me.
Hmm.
It was I've never mourned the celebrity death until Eddie died,
Hmm.
and now I wish that I could hear him playing guitar, and thankfully I still can by listening to these two albums right here. First of all, got it upside down. 1984,
Yep.
Van Halen, which came out in 1984, and it is the best. Well, it's the best album with David Lee Roth, and it also happens to be the last version of the original band as we knew it back then.
Hmm.
Because shortly after that album, they broke up. But it's no secret that my favorite album right now is 5150
Hmm.
from Van
Hmm.
Halen.
Hmm.
The first album with Sammy Hagar is also my favorite album, obviously.
That's awesome. If you had to choose, not have to choose, I'm sorry. Can you pick one song from each of those albums which might be your favorite?
Panama 5150. That's not even a that's not even
No competition.
well, I love each of the songs on this album, or on both of these albums. Panama, it has to be it. It's just it's it's brought so many good memories for me over the years.
Hmm.
And then 5150 is also just it's special to me. Well,
Nice. All right, cool. Well, Dave, I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you sharing your five vinyls with me. It's been a pleasure, sir.
sir, the pleasure's been all mine. I tell you what, I get to nerd out for a little while and talk about my favorite records. And like I said, it's a fluid list. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just never know what kind of going to be my favorite from day to day.
yeah. I get it. I get it. All right, cool, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Take
All
care.
right, man. Have a good one.
You too. See ya.